So effectively what's been happening is we sit in front of clients as their professional pension people, professional benefits people, and part of many of those meetings are the investment professionals.
Right, sure.
And the investment professionals come in and look to sell based on facts that clients really don't care about. So effectively, you're coming in, we design a beautiful plan where you're bringing us into a meeting. We are designing a great plan for the client, and then it comes to where does the money go?
Right.
And if you're in this business, if you're selling a 401k plan, you know that effectively my platform, your platform, and almost everybody else's platform is exactly the same except for the commission you dial in. So if you dial in a huge commission, the fees go up. If everybody dials in the same commission, everybody's selling the same investment. So at some point you got to say to yourself, I need a better competitive edge if I really want to sell large blocks of investments with large streams of investments, streams of
Repetitive.
right, ongoing contributions.
Sure.
I need to find a better way. Now, if you're selling to the highly affluent and you're selling highly sophisticated structures, this may not be for you. But if you want access to high net worth clients, we believe the best way to get access to them is from a tax perspective. Pension plans, 401k plans, cash balance plans, whatever plans we do, that's what turns the client on. You save them taxes, and they don't care if my growth fund beats yours or yours beats mine. I get the business 100% of the time. And when I get the business, the investments come along for the ride. So the only job left for the investment professional is to dial in a reasonable compensation schedule and walk away with a tremendous amount of assets. That's what we think works.
So what you have found is that guys who are competing on the old level, the vanilla level, are arguing over whose mutual fund's better. I beat you by 12 basis points. My fee is 12 basis points lower. My guy is blue and your guy is green. There's no way to win that argument, and the client has gone brain dead on that after the last 10 or 15 years in the markets.
I've been in meetings with investment professionals from the relatively novice type to highly sophisticated investment groups from major institutions. And on the basic level, it is effectively my fees are better than your fees. And when it's my fees are better than your fees, what are we really talking about? We're talking about 20 basis points, 25 basis points. 90% of all your clients have no idea what a basis point is. Okay? And when they find out that it's 1/4%, they could care less. What they care about with the investments is what we tell them to care about. And what we tell them to care about is finding platforms that help you comply with issues related to fiduciary liability. If the world caves in on you, you want to be most protected. You don't necessarily care what the best growth fund is. Because the best growth fund today wasn't the best growth fund yesterday, may not be the best growth fund tomorrow. So if you want to sell large amounts of investments, simply stop selling the investments. Start understanding the qualified plan business. Start understanding fiduciary issues. Hook up with a company like ours where when we go into these clients, we walk away with the investments without ever mentioning the investments. It just comes along for the ride. So you sit in meetings, and the meetings go something to the effect of, this is what we've done, this is what we've everything that's being talked about is historic. None of it relates to the future. None of it is necessarily what the baseline employee needs. When you get into the more sophisticated plans that we're going to talk about more, like these high-end cash balance plans, I've sat in meetings with some very, very high-end sophisticated people who effectively spent an hour telling me that the makeup of the portfolio should be 40-60. Okay? And at the end of the meeting, because I'm not a dummy, I said to them, did you really just make me sit here for an hour to hear that you want a 40/60 investment with a $250,000 video? And I was shocked. So effectively, nobody has anything to offer. What you're offering clients when you're in this business is high-tech plan design, high-tech servicing, making sure that the plan design is protected from IRS and Department of Labor audits. That's what's important. The client has no clue. You're doing what's right, even though the client doesn't even know it. When it comes to the investments, what is really the best move for the client? Charge a reasonable fee, because everything else is a constant. Okay, my growth fund, your growth fund, mine's 1%, yours is 1.05%. It's irrelevant. What's relevant is we have an investment policy statement that reflects the risk levels we're willing to take. It's been documented. The investment profile has been adopted based on that. It's defendable on a lawsuit by employees. It's defendable on a lawsuit by the Department of Labor. You've protected the client. Now the investments are just there. And by the way, once you've acted like a professional and you've told the client exactly what should happen and why it should happen, I guarantee you the next step is you better look at the rest of my stuff, because we hear it all the time. So you really took care of me on the pension side. Now I need you to look at other stuff for me, because the chances are, if my plan wasn't so great, maybe other things I'm doing aren't so great. And that's what gives you access to all kinds of potential business with a normal client. That is why in this program we talk about a small client and a $20,000 plus commission. Not because we're gouging the client on any one thing, but because theoretically one thing leads to another, and when the client feels vulnerable in a place he thought he was protected in, that's when he feels vulnerable every place, and he wants somebody he has faith in and trust that's not trying to sell him anything in particular, and wants that person to review everything.